Has Geoff Collins finally unlocked this defense for North Carolina? Let's talk about it. What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? My name is Nathan. I am one half of your Heel Brothers. And man, oh man, I didn't know if we would be having this conversation. I was confident in it, but I still didn't know. I was still a little bit unsure, but I'm glad that we are here. Geoff Collins was brought in earlier on this year by Mack Brown after taking a year off from head coaching. He was formerly the head coach of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Things didn't go too well with that in that program, and he took a year off, and he decided to come to Chapel Hill after Mack Brown let go of Gene Chizik. And boy, when he first came in, first off, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card that Geoff Collins was going to be your defensive coordinator. But second off, what a great hire on paper. The Minister of Mayhem, a guy that has caused sleepless nights for many offensive coordinators throughout his tenure as a defensive coordinator. And boy, we didn't know how this thing was going to turn out. And now we finally got a game up under us. And I must say, I am fairly happy and surprised at the same time. So let's talk about it. North Carolina's defense over the last 5 years has been labeled soft. Just break it all down. It's been labeled soft. It's been soft, anemic, no intensity, no aggression. There's just been nothing there. Teams have been able, whether it be Group of 5, FCS, or Power 5, have been able to do whatever they want to, however they want to this defense. And we believe, quite frankly, that it's cost us a few big-time games. You think about 2 years ago, the 2022 Tar Heels, Drake May's first year, being in the ACC Championship, being so good on offense, and the defense letting you down time in and time out, being one of the more worst teams on defense in the country that particular season. You can't win. You lose your last three. You don't win the ACC Championship. You're blown out there. And then again, you give up a last-minute drive to an Oregon team that you would have loved to have had a win under your belt from that team, and you give that up as well. Go back to last year. What's one thing that happened for sure? You lose the Virginia game. Partly on the offense, not going to blame all of that on the defense, that's for sure, because I think they played a very decent game. But go to Georgia Tech. You give up 230 rushing yards in a quarter, in the fourth quarter, to lose that game at Georgia Tech. Then you go over to NC State and absolutely get bum rushed. They're just able to move the ball down the field. No problem whatsoever. Can't tackle whatsoever. And then again, West Virginia, being there myself, watching the first play of the game, safety miss an assignment, over the top, touchdown, West Virginia 70-yard touchdown all the way to the house. These are just a few things that we have noticed over our tenure as Tar Heel fans over the last 5 years, and it's time to make a change. So when Geoff Collins was brought in, a lot of pressure was put on him day one to get this thing right, and they go to Minnesota. They go up there in Big Ten country in their house, game one. And I was going to rattle off a few stats for you really quickly. TFLs on the night, 7 total, 3 from Javari, 2 from Kamen, 1 from Amari, 1 from Caleb Cost, and that's it. Then sacks, 5 sacks on the night, 3 of them coming from one of your interior linemen, being Javari Ritzy. How many times have we been wanting to see that guy get after it and that guy produce, him and Travis Shaw as well? Kamen Rucker with a sack and Amari Campbell with a sack, and almost had another one, but he couldn't wrap it up just because he had that big club in his hand. Just throwing that out there as well. So that could have been 6 sacks right there. Solo tackles 34, total of 60 tackles on the night, and Carolina's defense holding Minnesota, one of the better rushing teams. It's a Big Ten team. They love to rush, and they ran for 130 yards on us last year. Only finished total on the night with 78. rushing yards. Pretty solid performance from a North Carolina team that was in a back-and-forth battle. It wasn't like North Carolina's offense was going out there and just blowing them out the water. No. This was a tough back-and-forth, anybody can win them type of ball game. So Carolina's defense had to come out and get them out of a lot of sticky situations, a lot of short field situations, and holding them to field goals and keeping them out of the end zone. You look at Carolina's defense out of that performance, and you are, at least for me, I am extremely excited from what's going on in that team right now. Carolina with so many different misdirections, safety blitzes, the pressure's coming from everywhere, making teams think twice and think before anything that they do, keeping quarterbacks on their heels and offensive coordinators wondering what in the heck can we do that's going to work on them. So do I think that Geoff Collins has unlocked the defense? I believe he's turning the key right now as we speak. I'm not saying it's fully unlocked, but I'm saying he's turning that key and he is on the right direction. Look at Carolina defensively last night and start to compare it. We got to see how this thing goes. Now, that's just game one. We have to see how this thing goes. But you have to like the intensity and the aggression that Carolina's defense came out and played with. And if they can continue that up through the season, and they got 3 great games here to continue to build the depth. That is another thing, a part of this. He's building depth. He was playing 2, 3, 4 linebackers, playing guys out on the edge, guys like Tyler Thompson who hadn't been out there a whole lot as well, playing and cycling through the guys and building up the depth. This team not only has been good defensively, has been very used, and they came into this game very used to contact, and that's a big thing, learning how to tackle. And there was a few missed tackles there towards the end of the game that I wasn't too happy about. Like I said, still turning that lock, if you will, but they're tackling better. They're tackling in space. They're not missing assignments, and not only that, this defense is instinctual. Don't believe me? Take Javari Ritzie at his post-game pressure, for example. He's talked about the sack that he ran down Max Brosmer. He said, I just saw him, and I said, go make a play. And that's what they've been taught this off-season per Geoff Collins. Des Evans is another guy. You know what? I don't have to think about what I'm doing, and I just have to go play instinctual football, instinctual defense, and that is key for Carolina if they want to continue to move forward to be better, because these top-tier defenses out here in the country, the Georgias of the world, to say the least, Georgias and the Michigans and things like that, they're not sitting here with this big grand scheme. They're saying, go turn it loose, Bo. Go do your thing, dude. Go. If you're on the D-line, you go after that quarterback or you stop that run. If you're back there in the secondary or you're a linebacker, nobody catches a pass on you. No tight end, nobody. You lock them down. That's what they're told to do, and you have to be very, very pleased with Carolina and where they're at right now. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about Geoff Collins. How do you feel about him? Do you like him? Are you enjoying what he's doing? And tell me what you guys think this defense could be on November 30th when you're playing NC State and there's been a lot of football play. Tell me where you think this team's going to be when you get to that point of the season. Love to know what you guys think down below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as always, go Heels. I'm good.